Welcome to today's session of Babble Royale. Let's crash some words into other words. So we'll see how it goes. I may be a little bit out of practice, haven't played for much of this week since Christmas, but as we can see on the left side, I am still fairly high up in most of the standings. Top 70 MMR, I think. Top 70 or 80. Despite the attrition of having taken a few days off, and currently over a 50% win rate at 77 wins out of 151 games. So, let's not just drop into the middle of nowhere at the very beginning. Let's actually start with an item, and sure. Okay, maybe that was not the right idea. Then we'll just get rid of the other G somehow. It was a little bit in the way. Open up some inventory slots and some tile slots. Just get some of the initial expenditures out, so we can start building towards the fellow with the gem. Yeah, we can probably start moving towards the right over here. Probably go up somehow. Let's... Oh. Whoops. EA, sorry. Come on, EA. There we go. Still remembered how to type. That's kind of an important skill set here. Just get rid of some of this stuff. And we can totally do something interesting with this, like spares or something else. I'm sort of thinking about how to go down to Y right now, in fact. Hang on. Whoops. Or we could go up to this fellow up here. Yeah, I've been sitting on this for a little bit long. Actually, the E is vulnerable above Eta there. Oops. Come on. There we go. Should have actually gone over from hooking the S on the end of the Q play, just for the extra points, but that's okay. Kind of sat there for too long, instead of building up points like we should have been doing. But we'll manage. Let's open up a little bit more here. Oh, might as well take this guy out, do it the easy way. I do need a better vowel than what I have here. Is blah good? It should be. And we're doing pretty well for money. Might as well just pump up the tile speed a bit, open up some inventory slots. And currently, actually, this is extremely vulnerable to an S. All the way down low. Probably want to get out of there. Actually, a bit vulnerable to something on the left side now. Too many eyes all over the place. Can probably go like Oxim to the right and then follow up with something. Can also make a C play on the left. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's not great. All of these eyes all over the place. We can probably do Laic, like this. There we go. Well, at least we might not draw new eyes for a while. Holding 5 eyes at once was a little bit unpleasant. Also really kind of tapped into my bank of money here. 5 players left. A couple of them are going to likely be dying in the hot zone fairly soon, so we'll just hold here while I wait for some better vowels. Hopefully something that will allow me to just continue building. Not great. I may actually just... actually, no, we can probably bomb out of this a little bit and then just play our way out. Oops. Okay, great. Because now we have a B that can go on top of this broil. In case we want to build our way up to the right side. I actually should have picked up the health pack that is to my left here. This is also good. Ron's, oh, Ron's is not good. Okay. It is good in Collins. But we can grab a health pack quickly. I can probably Uno our way out of this somehow. Oh, whoops, not quite like that. Okay. And then we'll probably just have a quick bomb here. And I am building up a pretty good rack for a long play that's going to take me a little bit further to the right. So we have a Bider right now. That could have gone fairly far. And then, okay, maybe J isn't the best here, but we have money. We can do some stuff over here. This is going to be a... Whoops. Oh, almost. Almost got him there. Okay. Nope. There we go. Just need to calculate the bomb placement correctly sometimes. Could have gone with an E play above the X, actually, when I just dropped AX, just gone E into the right side, but, you know, we'll regret these things as we go. Alright, next round. And we have someone with a sheriff hat here in this lobby. Can we go for anything like an S? It's way down there. Let's go for the med pack instead. Now, who is this fellow with the hat? Train, okay. Don't like this V early on. Let's just get out of there. And I could get the shuffle, but then I wouldn't pick it up. I would just basically nuke it off the board. I could also do a quick S play here just to get out of this spot. We may actually do that just to get out. A robe on... Oh, whoops, my bad. I was thinking of something else. Yoke be over here. Oh, whoa. Now I'm actually in a bit of a tough spot. Let's get the letter speed up. Yeah, I kind of misplayed this one. Nothing going to go above a BO in this lexicon, though, I don't believe. BO is good. OK is also not good, actually. I had forgotten about this. Okay. And then... let's just go down here. Yeah. Really bad start, but we'll just try to recover from that. And just try to build up. This is too many R's to do something. But we can probably do something like this just to start getting up. Blue Blur, welcome. We'll probably go froze above here if we actually have a chance, but no, currently doesn't look like that's going to be the case. Let's open up an inventory slot quickly, and then, oh no, something's going down over here. Let's do something about this guy. Okay. Not quite what I was going for, but... I should probably get out of here. Unless I have a good way to follow up, which I don't. I didn't have enough cash for a bomb, but that's okay. We'll just get rid of that guy. And yeah, thank you for the second try at the greeting over there, Blue Blur. Hopefully you had a very Merry Christmas. And that things are going well. Whoops. Come on. No, type faster. Okay. No, I was hoping to refresh the rack there by dumping everything, and fortunately... Whoops, that's not right. Oh, yeah, that is right, okay. We can probably go down here with something now. Unfortunately, I don't quite have the letters to do something like society, because that would be a fantastic kill if we picked up something like a T. I could try to draw into a consonant to get that, but I doubt it. It's very low probability. So we will probably just go with something simpler. Okay. Or we can just go down here and do that. Might as well try to pick up the health pack here. We're going to be a little bit stuffed in health packs, but given the way the board is contracting, that might actually be best. I do want to stock up a bomb, though, a little bit lower on cash than I'd like to be at this stage. But we're drawing towards a decent rack here when it comes to playing a longer word, and so maybe we can get something going. Do we have something that's going to go down here? Yes, we do. We've got deli. Just have to be quick sometimes. At least quicker than your opponent. And yeah, we'll just hang on to this for, One moment, once again. Oh, we got something coming down this way. Do we have something that will go? Yeah, we have like Iota. We'll just get a kill. Fairly relaxed. We're not really playing against anybody super fast right now. Favorite number from 1 to 100. It's almost cliche to answer 42. That's just the first one that comes to mind. I'm not saying that's the answer. Does anyone else want to kill this guy off the board? Trying to crawl up to me like that, not very smart. I will probably just let some of these guys burn, actually. We do have enough cash to kind of bomb my way to the left. I could go aggressive towards them. This guy clearly wants to make something happen. We can actually just try to kill him with something, but I think I would actually rather go down here. We probably did have a play there that would just get me to kill, but let's just play it safe for the moment. And just do a bit of a rug pull over here. We've got 3 health packs. We can just hang around and burn as long as we like. Now, YON does take an I on the end. Blue Blur, I will acknowledge that redemption at the end of this game. Hopefully I will not forget. C's, okay. Who is this guy? Oh, it's Saint Monday. Saint Monday is actually a very regular player. And then, I don't know if this guy knows Vega, but we might be able... Oh, going for a rug pull. Oh, shoot. Okay. Saint Monday got me, okay. Yeah, no, it looked like that was an S setup. I probably should have reacted to that and pulled out quite a bit faster. First lost in a while, actually. And it was to somebody known in the community, which is usually how the losses happen. I think most of them occur to names I recognize. And so just a little bit slow on the uptake there. But we will, Blue Blur, acknowledge the request for number 42. As long as the end screen here doesn't crash on me. So give me one moment, we'll pull it up. And we'll even get the Babble Royale music in the background. Sonnet number 42. That thou hast her, it is not all my grief, and yet it may be said I loved her dearly. That she hath thee is of my wailing chief, a loss in love that touches me more nearly. Loving offenders, thus I will excuse ye. Thou dost love her because thou knowest I love her. And for my sake even so doth she abuse me, suffering my friend for my sake to approve her. If I lose thee, my loss is my love's gain. And losing her, my friend hath found that loss. Both find each other, and I lose both twain, and both for my sake lay on me this cross. But here's the joy, my friend and I are one. Sweet flattery, then she loves but me alone. Let's play another. Okay, so yeah, there was a very easy way out of that. As soon as I saw that Saint Monday was scouting the S spot under rug, I should have gotten out of there with something like NAV. I was trying to set up my own play using Vega with VIGA at the end of that last round, and I just took too long to look at that because we had too many other things going on. So let's do something here. Whoops, sorry. What am I doing? Yeah, hang on. This is what I want. I know how to play this game from time to time. Atoned. Open up some inventory. Whoops, come on. And then open up some more inventory. And then score some points off the X if we can. And whoops, I didn't mean to open up more inventory on that move. I kind of overspent on that. Let's just get out of here. We can probably start to move towards this guy on the left now. Move Zig, T-E-S, probably, although... Actually, no, this is really dangerous because, no, we just don't have right vowel. Don't have the right vowel at all, in fact. We might just need to use 2 bombs here. A little bit expensive to make that play, but that's okay. A kill is a kill. We'll just grab this guy too. And then let's focus here and try to get back into it. We probably want to play off the Ys in some capacity. And maybe get the letter speed going as well, but I'm a little low on cash right now, so let's just wait to see what happens here. Okay. I'll probably go rights to the left and then... yeah, I'm not really too fond of this because I don't have a good way to deal with some of the other stuff. Could have gone just Iries or something. Don't that fit? I think that was probably okay. Okay. There we go. Probably can go down here. The V there does close off ITA. Oh, whoops. It just clicked too slowly. I saw this guy coming in and I just was too busy being preoccupied down low. So, okay, no, not a great game. I got sewed. It's very unfortunate. Duh Master. I don't think I actually know Duh Master. This is my lowest finish in a long time. First time we've had MMR go back down in quite some time. So, well, we do have to maintain that 50% win rate as advertised, I hope. But having 2 consecutive losses like that is maybe not a good sign. Oh, we got T with some kind of special hat here. Let's go down to this S down here if we can land there in time. I'll have to check out who that is later, I think. Actually should have gone over here for the extra bonuses. So let's see if we can draw a consonant to go down here, grab that bomb cheaply, and indeed we'll do that. Probably shouldn't have gone with that right off the bat. Okay. Now let's just... whoops. Do something like this. Getting up to the bottom like that. Yeah, no, that didn't actually let me get close enough to pick it up, so maybe that's not great, but we'll just take ourselves out. And pick up, whoops, come on, this bomb instead. This is probably a little close for comfort. But that's okay, this guy's gonna get out because he's scared. Anyway, we have does, we have coased. There's probably some other stuff that we can do here. Whoops, no. Just gonna see. With Zoic, let's just go out like this and start moving up if we can. Like Eco. Then can we start moving our way up towards the Vox guy? This is going to take edit in front. And then let's just get out of here for just a moment here. Until... yeah, we don't actually have a good way to deal with that right now, so let's just get out. I was hoping to go down here with like something ending in EEE. Come on, let me play. Sometimes really have to slam that keyboard to get things to work. And then... yeah, lots of money in the bank right now, so that's probably in a good position. And then, yeah, this will be like Laic. Or we can just go call up here. This will be into fire fairly soon, but that's okay. We actually have a way to deal with that. And then, yeah, let's just... come on. Get up here. And the Q is, of course, going to be a bit of a problem. Let's just overload out of it immediately instead of stalling. And then probably build our way to the left towards and the law guy. Come on, G. There we go. And then we can start to build our way over here. Okay. Ray is going to be vulnerable to some consonants up top. We should be aware of that. But right now I do have a potential extra S, which is going to be able to get me over to the right if we're just very careful. Also, orate is good if we have some way to go something OZ. We actually do have this now. And we'll just go like that. And start moving our way to the left. You've been eaten by a grue. And then, if we can get over to this guy, the Q is once again going to be a bit of a problem. Don't like it, let's just get out. Wide open right now. Gotta be very, very careful. Okay. Where? And then we can have like Y going down here, except the other W is in the way right now, and so let's just go over here. We'll be briefly in the hot zone. But better that than the alternative. And then I don't really have much in the way of health right now. I have one pack, which is not really going to be enough. And yeah, I will have to bomb out of this. Okay, you're going to be a little bit heavy on the eyes again. Let's pick up one extra bomb just in case. Is this guy really going to try to come up here? Because I have an E to deal with that if so. We also have urine. It's not going to dump my rack though. Oh, that solves my problem. There we go. I over to con for icon. That is the kill. Let's keep going. And yeah, let's try to find... Oh, there's the S, and there's somebody with a bronze crown, which doesn't mean too much. Just means you've won a standard non-golden round, which is hardly prestigious. Once again, I don't think Vom is good here. No, it's not. That's Collins only. So we'll go here as well. OK is not good, though. We need to wait for something else here. I'll open up an inventory spot, and let's keep going. KO is going to be good. And then we should be able to slowly dig our way out. Yeah, I got a little bit of time here. And then let's just open up some of the basic early upgrades. And get this kill quickly. Open up. Hang on. Now, a little bit close for comfort against this guy here. Especially because we don't really have much to work with. Not liking this right now. Luckily, Tilde has taken S. That was closer than it should have been, I think. Not exactly the smartest way to play this, but... yeah, we'll see if we can dig our way out on the right side here. Probably going to get one more letter speed upgrade at some point, but let's see if we can deal with the U. Either that or we do have a fairly natural way to shuffle out of that as well. Now we can also probably go res here, because then the Z picks up a whole bunch of points. Once again, the U is a bit of a problem currently, but we'll try to deal with it. Gotta get that tile speed going. If we bomb out of this, J is going to go on the left side. We can also just build to the right now, but I'm in a bit of a difficult position with J, so let's hold that thought for just a moment. Until we maybe pick up something else. Okay, at this point I think we can probably start to do something like this, and then we'll just get out of here for the moment until we have a good way to continue. Notice that this is good. Hang on. Which means I can go down here. I also have the S. We have to not forget that. Okay. Kid is going to take S in front. That's a very important thing to remember in case we have a play that will allow me to do that. Okay, we'll just get that. Have to be quick. Have to be very quick. Whoops. Probably have to bomb our way back out of this, because it is going to be a little bit claustrophobic otherwise. And then, do we have something that will get me kill against this guy right away? Probably not. Let's back up just a moment. MOC is going to be good. Let's keep that in mind. Because that's a bad idea, in fact. No, maybe it's good. And then, what are we going to do from here? Yeah, if I'd done that a little bit faster, I could have gotten out of that quickly. We have some cash. I would suggest a bomb here, I think. Ooh, the V is going to be a bit of a massive issue. Do we have something that's going to go down here? Not that I can see just yet. S, however, is going to go down here, so... why don't we go down over here? And then just make our way back out. In a pretty good position, just one opponent left. Is this anybody we know? Nope, don't think so. And yeah, we might as well just head down here for just a moment while we ponder the next move. I have a decent amount of cash, but we should probably build up bombs and possibly save up enough for a med pack. This guy will probably just die to fire fairly soon, but we can tuck ourselves in this corner here since it's safe and make them come to us. It's more fun to just kind of stretch out in there and get the kill, but I think I want to see if we can get them to dig themselves out. I am going to stack up one med pack. I will have enough left for one additional bomb beyond that. One additional letter, in fact, is a good way to do this right now, and then we'll just get the kill. Great. Yeah, it did come in comfortably close to me at the end there, but that's okay. I was in a good position to defend that little fortress that we had carved out for ourselves, and thank you for the follow. And Asian Pyro, welcome as well. Okay, let's see. We have a guy with a golden crown down here, as well as somebody with an S, and somebody also trying to crowd a hot drop here. I don't like dropping in too close. I find that I'm often at a disadvantage when it comes to those situations. Unfortunately, that does capture the item fairly quickly. Come on. Type. Sometimes when I cancel, I have a lot of trouble typing the replacement. Let's open up one spot. And let's open up one additional one, actually, because there's a fairly good chance that we'll draw into something huge here. Maybe. We already had, like, Pirate in there. This would be like Rapius, but it's nothing by itself. So let's just dump the G for the moment. Might just go Gap out of this one. No, the J is going to put an end to some of those ambitions, I'm afraid. So let's just get out of here. Yeah, because usually with tiles like that, you can do something pretty big. I probably should have just played a Pirate or something out of that if we had the place to do it. But instead, we'll just get out of here. Okay. Go over to Medpack. And then... Okay, this guy's going to try to dodge out a little bit. That's going to be very vulnerable to a whole bunch of stuff, actually, so... Whoa. Ah, okay. No, the other person just outdrew me. I was trying to drop my eye there. And that player was just faster. So, congratulations, Reddit. Also, nice play there with Meat here. I mean, that was the kind of thing where I was thinking they were likely to build up a huge bank if I didn't get them first, so I wanted to go in aggressively and just try to get that, but just moved a little bit too slowly. Who else is in this lobby? There's a bunch of golden crowns going on here. One thing that I think I'll put in as a feature suggestion is that it would be nice to see the board of who was in the round with you at the end, and their order of elimination, because sometimes it is fun to know that you were in the same lobby as someone you know, even though you were on opposite sides of the board and couldn't interact with each other at all. And sometimes I'm also not too attentive to who I'm taking out, since things happen so quickly in this game. Anyway, 10th place, worst finish in a long time. Let's try to improve on that. Alright, where should we land today? Where should we land today? Don't really want to shuffles. Let's go for the S. Right here. And then let's just go something like that. And then open up inventory, grab the bomb. And then... yeah, we probably could have something coming down from the Actually, no. The S hook on scab is something that is potentially good here, except we don't have a good way to deal with it just yet. So, because I could go emo up here with something like EH up top. But I think I want something like this. There we go. That's to kill. And then probably build out this way. Probably should have gone with the A up there instead, but that's okay. Let's just open up some more spots, get the letter speed going, and start building our way up. Yeah, 3 bombs here, that's way more than I actually need. I kind of wanted to grab the extra... Oh, it didn't open up enough inventory there. That was a bit silly. We've got so many bombs, let's just get out. In fact, we're going to pick up another bomb right away, so I don't particularly mind if we just head out this way. Now, can we do something up top here? We're kind of dangerously close right now. I don't like it. He's setting up for something. We could have dropped the O there to kill with Nod, but I think the right thing to do here was to just get out as quickly as I could. Let's just get out. Okay, really vulnerable right now. Don't quite like this. This will close some things off. And this will pick up 2. TID is going to take the E or something on the end there. We can also just start building up and out. And then... go here and take that out quickly. Little bit heavy on the consonants right now. So let's just be careful as we drop this turd. Whoops. Yeah, I was trying to find something that would go into the ED there. That was a bit aggressive. But I think we can probably do something out of that. Okay, this guy's going to try to escape on the left side. Let's pick up another med pack instead. That was a play that was just assuming I would draw the right vowels, and I did, so that worked. Not always the smartest thing to do, but... sure, let's just do that. Okay, a little bit clogged here. We are likely going to bomb out. Just to build out again. This is probably not smart. If we have something that would go with F something T, then we're in good shape. Also, a tone is something that we should watch out for here. That the A here can be a bit of a killer. Anyway, this is going to be an awkward moment while we stare at each other. Okay, that's fine too. Let's just go over here. And... oh, you know what? TIE could have just killed there. Yeah, no, I just clicked on the wrong spot. TIE was to play there, and that's to kill. And, yeah, maybe this picture, just going back to what you were suggesting with T and P, I'm just thinking back to that position. Yeah, no, I was just trying to do an escape there on the wrong row, when instead I should have just gone directly for the kill when I saw that coming. Because, like, I was trying to stretch down here pretty aggressively to chase this guy. Just didn't quite work out. So I think I finished 6th or so, maybe? Let me take a look. Not great. And who was this? Humble Hustle. Who do we have here? Okay. 7th. Ooh, unfortunate. Yeah, the thing about tone was I was thinking about stretching over there with the tone anyway. So I was pretty happy with that. It was more that I kind of miscalculated in terms of trying to finish that up. Could be doing better. I do find that for whatever reason, my typing often feels a bit sluggish. I don't know if it's just the game performing slowly while I'm streaming, or if it's some kind of network issue or something else, but that's just part of the skill set here, I guess, is just to make sure you land the inputs accurately and quickly. Anyway, I do often like to go for some kind of S or bomb cluster. My initial thought when I was first starting this game was to land beside the letter bonuses. Because then you can drop some kind of a consonant right away, but... yeah, let's just go like that. Nano is going to be fine on the right side, except do I actually have a good way to do that? Not really. Except for maybe... or Nana... oh, whoops. Oh, no, DES is no good. That's right. I know that. Let's just go over here and just get out. And then... this has got to be something. Röntgen? No. That needs a second N. That's okay. We'll just continue building. And then Mag is going to take E at the end for Mage. It's also going to take I. A couple of different possibilities as we approach this. However, we are drawing into a fairly high probability rack here. We might have some good possibilities. Also, yes, ARET does take an E at the end. That's something that we should consider as a possibility. But this guy is instead just going to try doing that. We could just go Tau. And then, whoops. Oh, whoops, no, sorry, AG. I was thinking, I'm thinking of the wrong thing. Hang on. And then I was going to go Eon there. Guess he doesn't know it, or just didn't see it. And what should we go here? Shade up front here would have been great if it fit, but the Z is kind of in the way. This guy's actually playing very defensively in that position. Anyway, we'll just grab this quickly. Whoops. And I was hoping to continue out of this, but we'll grab the med pack. And yeah, I'm a little low in storage right now. That is very true. sometimes, I mean, I find that sometimes I get clogged up with the scramble item, rather. I often don't really need to shuffle very much. QIN is going to go here because that's a natural place to do it while being able to play out a little further. And we'll just get out here. We're going to be fairly deep into red soon, but I have enough money to get my way back out, so... Also, we have stuff like this. Kush. I should have gone like maybe mesh or something, or mush. Might have been a bit of a easier follow-up. That's okay. Is this good? Oh, whoops. That's okay. Ooh, we got something. That was almost a disaster, but thankfully we got out. What are we doing here? Let's, we could go pop. That kind of locks me in, though. We could also just play out a little bit. And yeah, I try not to overuse the bombs too much, because sometimes I find that in order to get a good attack going, I'll want to use like 2 or 3 bombs at once. Right now we're actually pretty stuffed with the S's, and that's good because I can score points with it. And also maybe go kazoos or gazoos or something. But we'll just stay here for a moment, and yeah, this is going to be a good time to start dumping some of the less desirable letters. Going to build up a bit of a bank of some extra bombs here. I probably want a little bit more cash to grab a med pack, unless I can build towards a med pack. Whoops, too slow. I was hoping to dump the whole thing here. Actually, let's use that S. Okay. Here's something. We can probably... Well, let's just score a little bit with a J. It is going to lock me in a little bit here, but... that's okay, we can sort of sit here defensively for a moment and see what we get. Probably bomb out of it in just a moment, but let's not jump to conclusions yet. I'll probably or go G down here. A little bit threatening here. What we have. Oops, sorry. That was too slow. Now, probably just gonna go like that. Oh, whoops, no, trying to go bio down here. I'm going to grab the other S because I think I'm going to need it fairly soon here. Bolo, there we go. And then this guy on the left is going to try to bomb out. I want to get out of here, though. Sorry, whoops. Vowel. Nope. I was trying to spin towards a vowel there. I did have the right vowel, I just dropped it too slowly. Yeah, that was one of those moments where I just spammed the rest of my cash to try to pick up every vowel I can, and just drop it there, but that was just too slow. Okay, not a great finish, unfortunately. That 50% is going to start slipping from me here if I keep losing. Still keeping the average placement above 4, though. I mean, you know, I win or I don't, so... Not too concerned about the records or the MMR at this stage, given that we don't have any kind of skill-based matchmaking in yet. I don't know if the developers will go through with it, because it is something they've been discussing and monitoring fairly carefully. I don't really need a med pack this early, but we'll take it and just have a nice open space for me to work with, and totally the wrong tiles, rather, for that to happen. Yeah. Whoops, sorry. Whoa, okay. Come on. It's that initial direction when I want to reset. That gives me a fair bit of misery, but let's just stock up the usual stuff and start building up a little bit. Bad idea because I don't have a follow-up. Yeah, let's just go down for moments. I probably did have something there, but I will probably overload out of the queue, in fact. The queue is bad enough that I don't really want to deal with it. And thankfully there is a little bit of defense here, such that I'm not immediately vulnerable. I will want to accelerate the tile speed, though. And I wanted to open up more inventory, but right now I actually want to keep more cash on hand. And yeah. ISO should be good. Yeah, there we go. Takes an M on top for miso. Oh, I got some cash. Let's get ready for whatever's next. We'll sit on this for just a moment just to see what I draw. Because I'm in a pretty safe position right now, and apart from the U and the second R, this is not a bad spot to be in. Okay, unfortunately I don't think this will give me anything, so let's just bomb out. Oh, look at those manages here, very fancy play. Awkward moment here as we figure out where anybody is going. Oh, you know what? Area takes an E on the N. Let's just grab that. All that work for that manages only to die to an E like that. Now, let's see, what do we have here? We can probably build out of this without having the bomb, but let's not spend too long on that. Let's just get out. And then this guy's coming in pretty close. Man, of course, is going to take an E on the end, and we can think about whether there's something. Whoops. Let's get out. We have plea here, if we want. Oh, whoops. Okay. Yeah, I was trying to eye both of these guys at once. Okay. Unfortunately, we got armed. Did. Not a great showing. It does actually kind of take me back down to 50%. Because we're taking a couple of consecutive losses. That's okay, we'll just have to play better. Going to have to correct the stream title here to approximately 50%. Yeah, a bit of a slump, a bit of an unusual slump. But a couple of very clear mistakes that are avoidable, so. And look, it's a Golden Royale. Haven't picked up one of these in a while. With people who presumably might even know how to play. Or just got a bit lucky with their tickets. Okay, let's go like that. And we can try to build back towards that for the med pack if we really want, but we'll just over here. Not really getting some of those bonuses for dumping the whole rack, but these aren't really very good letters to do that with. And, you do have Cud, you can kind of Vatu out of this as well. Yeah, not great actually. Let's just try to draw into something else here and also just pick up a bomb and some tile speed. While we see what I would like to do. Okay. No, sorry, not SE. I've been looking at probably let's go down here. Come on. Actually, should have just done NY and then GEY on top. That was a mistake. That's okay. Any vowel here will do so. Okay, going to get a little bit close here. Let's just get out. Do we have anything that will allow me to do something on the left? Not that I can see. And it's going to move towards something up here. I can bomb and just drop an E. And then, yeah, just needed to wait for that. Bit of a tense moment because it wasn't quite under my control. But sometimes that's how it's just going to go. Okay, let's actually spend some of this cash and get a bomb going. I will likely have to bomb my way out of this one, or actually overload my way out of it. This guy is a little bit close with the POS taking a lot of stuff in the back, but we should actually be able to do this. Okay. Here we go. Exactly what we needed. Now we need to get back to the problem of trying to get out of this. But if we have a vowel... Actually, we didn't even need that. We had what we need already going into that turn. Whoops. Hang on. This is almost certainly a bad idea. Let's just dump to J here for just a moment. Okay. Oh no, that isn't going to. Constant. Nope, hang on. Okay, let's just get out of there for just a moment. Rand is good, RA is not. Unfortunately, you can't just play parallel like that, but what you can do is just relitigate it that way. And then we'll have to get out of here. I do have a med pack. I don't... I have a decent amount of cash, actually. So... we can actually afford to sit here for a little bit. Don't really have the right tiles to continue just yet, though. So, what we'll likely do instead, just go out like this. And then... no, actually that doesn't take an S. I should have remembered that. No, Goy is probably not good in this dictionary. Hang on. Taking a little bit of damage here, but we do have cash. Who is this? Dr. Proctoric, okay. Let's just bomb out some more. Go. Oh, hang on. This is awkward. Yeah, no. I, got in too close without a follow-up. That was just a bad decision there again, so. Should have actually stayed out a little bit since I had the med pack going. So, kind of bungled that one. Alright, let's get the record back up. Too many losses today. Far too many. Actually been one of my worst sessions with this in a while, but possibly the player base is just getting better among the people who have stayed. Yeah, this guy... Can we bully him out? Can we bully him out? Just play a game of chicken here. M, come on, here we go. And then... sure. And then... go up here. Takes an E up top, of course. Raj would be good, but we don't really have a good way of building towards it. Yeah, Lek here would have been great, but once again, not exactly what I want. I will almost certainly have to overload out of this. Thankfully, we're in a pretty good defensive position. I don't think the opponent can actually touch me. Oh, actually, QAT would have been fine there. Let's get the tile speed going. We just both overloaded at once, or bombed at once, given that my opponent does have 2 tiles, so we can probably do something here. Whoops, sorry, no. Oh, I was totally misreading that. Hang on. Whoops, sorry. Just... there we go, there we go. Always. having a little bit of problems fumbling about as we get out of situations like that. Whoops, didn't look at a G. Come on, type faster. Now, what do we got here? We have a hug. And then, can we do something down low? I mean, we do have an S. So... Oh, no, POH does not take the S, that's right. But we can do something down here with a bomb. Whoops, not anymore, we can't. This is probably not smart, but we'll do it. Let's open up more spots. Okay. Getting some of that speed back up, finally. Don't like my eyes here. I think it's not a great situation to be in. Nope, that's not right. Okay. Oh, sorry. What am I doing here? No, that's not what I want. I want TUI, probably. There we go. And then now we're actually a little bit threatened down here. That's okay. Got it under control. Maybe we don't have it under control. Let's get over here. Too many eyes. Far too many eyes. Get out. I hope that there's no T coming down over here. Just Dopey here with a Y would have been great, but a little bit slow for that. Okay. No. Hang on just a moment here. We really don't have the right tiles for this. Okay, there we go. Yay, I guess. No, hang on. Had to drop this first, and then we go yay. Pick up the bomb. And then we can go cure too slowly. Pair is going to take the E up top, in fact. Oh, come on. Parallel rule. We have Swelter and Welters. If we want to pick up some money. I wonder if I can actually... Yeah, we can totally fit this. Just for the style. And then we can go Oozle. Hang on. Oozle up here. Get out of that. That was mostly just a money play. We've got lots of med packs to work with. And I'm looking at doing something over here with iron ore going into the Z. I don't really have a good way to do that right now. We can actually afford the overload. But I'll need to pick up tile speed. Otherwise I may be in big trouble. Let's get out here. I feel like this actually is something. Spirea, right? Hang on, let me see if I remember how to spell that. Hang on. There we go. Just doing style plays at this point. Then, yeah, but mostly I want to make sure we have a nice bank of cash to get into this. And this way we just pick up some points. Whoops. Ecos is going to go in here. And then we've got tons of med packs. Let's spend one. Then we're getting pretty close to doing something with this guy here. Can probably just souse. Spill up more bombs. Hey, this is my first time at level 17, in fact. Yeah, let's... Whoops. Oh, wrong item. Okay, wrong item. I wasted a bomb by mistake. That's a big problem. Luckily, I have money. I just hit the wrong button. I was instinctively going for the med pack, and... I don't think this is good. I didn't think so. That's okay. Node. Okay. Great, level 17, and the last player was asked, which is his way to do it. So yeah, nice to finally get a 17 on the board. I think record right now is still level 21 or so, but having the two big bingos at the end with Welters and Spirea will do it, so. Finally got one on the board after too long. Let's keep going. And yeah, because 17, where does that get me on level? That's average level. Let's see, highest level. Yeah, 18 on the highest level board, so I'm just a little bit out with the main board just from having done that later than everybody else. Most of these are Scrabble players. I recognize most of them, and I know who they are, I think. Like, practically everybody. Saint Monday, of course, killed us earlier. I don't know who's second on the board here, but yeah, Scrabble player all the way down, pretty much. I don't know who Wraith is, but pretty much everybody else. Was reasonably close to 18 as well, though. I shouldn't have burnt those bombs for nothing at the end. I probably could have set up something fancier in the finish, but yeah, whatever. Level 17, we'll take it. Let's grab the S, maybe the other S, just to get out of the... Whoops, that's fine. Nearly missed that. Should have gone Sumi here, actually. And then we'll grab the S short. Can we do something about the X over here? Not yet, I can't. let's just wait for just a moment here and start building up some of the first upgrades. Is this something? Not quite. Let's open up an additional slot. Would be nice to go for this bomb on the left here. I don't see it, unfortunately. So let's just go for the bomb, open up some inventory, and continue. Probably could have drawn into something good there with some open space on the board. But for the moment, we'll just try to play nice and open. And move towards the first one over here. Mana is going to take stuff like mana at the end, which... Whoops. Oh, whoops. No, that's not what I wanted. Didn't want to spend the L quite like that. Yeah, so no, I just made some mistakes here. I might actually shuffle out of this, but let's see what we draw into first. Because then I want to see if I can play out of this with the Y, and we can. Yeah, this is going to be a shuffle, I think. A rare use of a shuffle. Just get rid of some of those U's. It's not actually going to fix my problem here, but maybe we can draw into something decent. Joy will do something here. Okay, that's fine. We'll grab that too. It's nice when they just give me something when I don't have that many options myself. This will be a bomb position for sure. I don't really see too many options, but we have stuff like Ori-Eyed. Let's see if we can... Okay, no, I was hoping that maybe the last letter would give me something better, but we'll just go like that. No, that's okay. Yeah, we'll just go like that and start building our way up. That was not smart. But we survived. Got way too close without an actual plan. Let's just go out. And continue building. Awful. And then do we actually have something I can build out of this? Probably not. Let's just get out. We have a toil over here. Let's just grab it. And spend some money for once. This is Puja. We don't have a place to put it though. P-U-J-A. Yeah, I'll draw into this and see what happens. But this is a situation that is very likely going to be a bomb out, I think. So we'll make sure we have what we need to make that happen. Yeah, let's just... Oh, no, no. I wanted an E there so I can go Puja out of that, but that's okay. We'll probably just go like this, and then we've got bombs. I'm overspending slightly, but this is a little bit close for comfort. Okay. It's okay. We got it. Probably should not have survived that. Whoops. Nadir going down from the end, not quite. But something like nada, no, not quite. I would need something ending with the R. Or we can just go something... Whoops. Like that. Yeah, my opponent kept moving, but fundamentally didn't really change that position. And so I was ready. Didn't realize Vito scored that much, 52 points. Guess we stepped on a couple of bonus squares at once. Probably not going to do a super long stream today. The previous sessions that I played this, I went for, I think, about 4 hours at a time. I'm unlikely to go that long today, but we'll see if we can get some good games in and show off some decent play. Recover some of that win-loss ratio that has been slipping away. Yeah, because we've actually been a little under 50% today. I've been on a slide. After having climbed quite nicely for a while. Okay, let's drop in here. Not a great start. Let's just kill it. Kill it with fire. Sometimes you just need to see that right away. Shoot is not something I want just yet because... Oh, wait. HUM. There we go. And let's get some of the usual stuff up and running. And then... what do we have here? We can probably go QAT into one of these. We do have the I for follow-up after that, as well as the S. That's going to be important here because we might draw into something that allows me to finish with QIS. Going into the right side. Indeed we do. Just needed to bait the other player into that. Now... yeah, I might as well just go for that as well. Grab the bomb quickly, but once again, I think we'll likely have to get out of here some other way. Yeah, this is going to basically play defense for a little bit. I can get out of here with the G, which is an important thing to recognize. And I should probably pump up the draw speed at some point. Okay. That's okay. We can just get out. And is this good? Yeah, it is. Yui should be good, yeah. Sui should... hang on. Let's just get out. Wraith is here. Wraith was one of the players that we saw pretty high on the board earlier, so let's watch out for that. No, this UMU... Let's just do this. Too slow, too slow. And, yeah, Wraith is the one who's pink. Yep, I do see that. Okay, I moved a little too slowly here. We should actually consider even spending on a mid pack, in fact. Unless I get my tile speed up. There we go. Getting out. I actually should bank up a mid pack. There's none that is sort of within range for pickup right now. Oh no, I was going to go something similar, and Wraith is just faster. Very fast player, actually. That's something that I know is a bit of a disadvantage on my side, that I'm not mechanically as quick as some of the other players here. And we just kind of get by on some of the positions and the trickier plays. But Wraith, of course, we kind of knew from the board was a fairly big threat, and you can see him moving pretty quickly all over the place. Let's see who else is in this room, actually. Keen, Overlord, Deer Dog, yeah. Just recognize Wraith here. But anyway, let's continue. Just got nuked a bit early, but... Yeah, because I was looking at attacking in the pretty much the same position, I was just outdrawn there. So back down to 50%, unfortunately. And also with a bit of MMR loss, not that it is too much of a concern at this point. Where shall we drop in today? Mid pack down here, 5 times down here. We can do something like this, in fact. Okay, that's not what I wanted, but close enough. I believe it only counts once anyway. Okay. Don't want to bomb so soon. We can probably, yeah, just wait for a tile. We would have something like Actuate, given the right kind of draw, but let's go down here instead. And Tactic, or... Well, Tactic if both of those were still available, which they're not. And... what do we got over here? Can I grab that med pack? I probably don't want to stock up too much of med packs at this early stage. Let's see what we draw. If we get something like an E, I can go ETIC down here. If instead we get something like this, we will probably just go JAI somewhere. Let's get the letter speed up. Or AJI even. Yeah, I don't really have a good follow-up to this so far, just given how all this is going. Amici, A-M-I-C-I, of course, would have been good there as well. Oh, no, didn't see the V coming, otherwise I would have just gone Vim. Once again, just moving too slowly. But we can go like this. The V is going to land pretty nicely on top of that bonus square. The Q, I don't really want to deal with it. And then we might want to open up a 7th tile, in fact, just to get a bit more turnover going. Parters. I don't really... yeah, unfortunately that J is sort of in the way of anything fancy I can do with this. I was hoping to go like parters. No, we can actually do it, I think. Like... That's right. Nah. Partners. Nope. Partiers. Parters. There we go. And then we'll just go like that. And... oh, this is dangerous. Way too risky. Just go down this. This will give me snip, of course. And sights, if we have some way to do it. I feel like there's probably something that I can do going around this way, too. But let's just go down here for just one moment. And just go SIF, no, too slow. NOO, however, will do. Yeah, I did have to spend quite a few bombs to do that, but that's the game. Hang on. Oh, I see. Hang on. Oh, whoops. Wanted to go an EVI just to get out of here. We probably could go with sign down here. I think the bomb range is going to... hang on. Okay, that's not quite right. Whoops, nope, not fast enough. Not fast enough. Hang on. Let's just get out. There we go. Can't believe I survived that. Just overspent on spawning tiles, unfortunately. That was a big money dump. We can try to do something down here. Oh, whoops. Ah, too slow. Too slow. No. I was expecting to dump my rack there, and the tile just spawned right before I was able to do so. So I guess entering the place too slowly, and just missing out slightly, because I was expecting that to give me a pretty clear draw into something I could just dump into that one slot there, and so just that typing speed killing me once again. Very unfortunate. I had some interesting plays going into that. It took me too long to see the parter spot. It was actually fairly obvious in retrospect. But yeah, we should be doing a fair bit better than this, but oh well. But yeah, knowing that typing speed is going to be a bit of a disadvantage for me, I should be thinking of ways to win that don't depend on that. Going for a head-on collision with short words is something that I am likelier to lose. And often it won't be worth it. Let's go straight for the bomb. This guy's hovering around the S to the left. Yeah, we'll just get rid of that. I probably should have played RAN over here just to get into a better position, but we'll just get out of that this way. And maybe get some of that tile speed going in case we get something decent as our 6th tile here. Not quite. We can do like tulip or something. And now we have a bit of a queue problem, but we can ride it out as we can see. And given the right kind of draw here, not a lot is going to go with this R though. But let's open up the tile speed just a little bit. And prepare to do something. Actually, I could have done like this down here. And trees, yeah, this is... Unfortunately, when you just play one tile like that, it doesn't change your direction, and so I wasn't able to actually head down here for something spectacular. So we'll probably just do this. I totally missed this bomb over here. And we'll grab it anyway, except I'm way too heavy on vowels now. However, we should be able to get out of here soon. Then, yeah, let's just get out if we can. Don't really like what I'm holding here, and I'm a little bit low on cash to be doing anything like a shuffle, so we could do like Kep into Kepi. In fact, if we do this, we get rid of some of that stuff, and I should have done that faster so I wouldn't have to deal with a U, but that's how it goes. Let's pump the tile speed. And yeah, that's pretty much how this one's going to go while we see if there's anything that I can draw into this that will be interesting. We can go Vum. I'm stuffed with consonants right now, though. Tar will, of course, take the S in front. Not that I have one. And And we'll just wait this out for a moment. Hang on. Too slow. The typing. Oh, it's just a little bit behind. And yeah, let's just get out of here a little bit. And then, can we continue from here? Yeah, we can. Areolar? No. Unfortunately, not the right vowels for that. We needed a second A, not a second O. Why, hello. This person over here. It's been a fairly passive game on my side, actually. Yeah, it looks like here, going into the S is about to be something. Like alloys. Oops. Oh, no. Okay. Valors. And then... what can we do out of this? Let's just back out. And yeah, not too fond of what we're sitting on here. We can have like buys if we want to spend the S, but I think this is likely to be a situation where I will need to stack some bombs and get out. Let's save enough money for a med pack. I feel like I may need one to start outpacing some of the other survivors here. Also notice that... Oh, whoops. Whoa. No, I was going to go save and then but... that's okay. Let's get out. Well, we'll need to deal with the V's eventually. Let's do that. But once again, likely going to have to bomb or perhaps even overload out of this, depending. I mean, this guy's coming in hot over here, so overload's probably not going to be the right idea. We'll go down here instead. The V's are going to be fairly good defensively. NOS is going to take an E on the end. That's something we should watch out for. Tile speed is going to be upgraded here because that's going to give me a certain advantage. Vow is going to take an A in front. That's something we need to be careful with. Drawing an E into this gives me Euploid. E-U-P-L-O-I-D. And we're not going to get that because life is not that convenient. We can go vid, followed by ids, probably. Let's stack a second bomb. And then... no. Okay, I clicked in the wrong space. I was going to go ODS going down. Hang on, I was going to go GUE going down. Yeah, spotting the plays, entering them too slowly. That's been the story of the day. And yeah, thank you, Daftmans. Glad you're enjoying it. I've had a couple of close finishes today. I had a couple of second places where I was honestly just not pulling the trigger fast enough. Here, of course, I very nearly died to a misclick. Just typing that OP or OD in the wrong place. Very luckily, DOD actually went down because I just literally clicked on the wrong square for that. So, and yeah, thanks for that, Mason Spix. I mean, that was a fun one. No question about it. Alright, let's keep going. Still a lot of people starting with the A's all over the place. At some point, if I do pick up one of the premium tier passes, it may be worthwhile to just run everything with a Q or something, just for style. I know some of the other streamers have been doing that with, you know, winning with every letter or other such runs. I know Will did that last week. What am I doing here? Oh yes, we should... hang on here. Well, oh no, RE is not good. Hang on. Let's just get over here and get out. Then this guy up top, what can we do with him? I'll need to get rid of the Q anyway, so... but I can go S on top of this, and then probably something ending with IS or OS after that, so we'll see about that in just a moment. Nothing really presents itself. Also, T is going to go on top of that, so we'll just try to keep the various possibilities in mind. Whoops. Nope, hang on. I was not thinking about this properly. I am using the mouse, or rather the touchpad, rather than playing with keyboard mode. But I haven't really played too much with trying to find a more comfortable control setup just yet. Yeah, we can probably just start moving towards this. There's got to be something, right? Out something, something men, no. I actually think this is something on my rack, but it is easy to kind of have a bit of tunnel vision for that and not actually pay attention to the board, which would be a mistake. But I have the sense that I missed a big play. Okay, let's just manage the rack a bit. SET, we can probably sit on this for a moment, increase the tile speed, and just see if we draw something spectacular while the hot zone closes in around me. But I'm in a pretty safe location. I've got nice open lanes. The doubled A is not great, but doubled A can always be played up here. And it would take a lot of hooks up top. This is L8. Do we have something that is going to go with it? We're about to find out. No, not really. This might be something, though. Nope. Just, not really going to cooperate here with me, but we'll just go like this, and just go here. No, hang on. I don't want to spend the M like that just yet. But we can go like this. Read that a little bit slowly, but we'll take it. Don't know if I like that. Whoops. Then we can probably do like emo on the left. We'll need to bomb out of it though. Maybe Joe going into that because that's actually not too bad defensively. Rio into that. Too slow. Once again. And the ends are not really going to cooperate here. While this fellow builds out towards me. Out something else? I don't know. This once again looks like it might be something, but we're actually going to drop the S here so I can crawl out this way. Yeah, that was just one of those situations where I had to count on drawing the O. And a little bit luck dependent, I think. Not really the cleanest way to be doing stuff like that. Okay, we have to watch out for these guys closing in here, but I'm actually potentially in a good spot. Ooh, don't like this. Yeah, let's get out. Hang on. I just didn't have what I needed. I needed Odia, actually. I had it. It was Odia. And then, unfortunately, I don't have the play anymore. Yeah, ODEA would have gotten in there. Picking up the S is going to probably be fine over here. Whoops, sorry, I was thinking of EIDE. Let's go just this, get the kill. Yeah, sometimes I just play the wrong stuff. Royal would go down here, except for the fact that the L is in the way. Or maybe in row. No, hang on. Iron, there we go. Let's just step in a hot zone for a moment. I have a med pack, so I'm not too concerned about that just yet. But we do need a bomb with the remaining cash that I have here. Now this guy is tucked in very nicely over there. And so it is up to me to go on the attack against Doodle. And we'll have to think about how to do that. We do have some cash, not much cash. I'm going to run out fairly quickly. I'm actually going to overload. I probably could have played out of that, but I didn't want to deal with the V. Okay. Not actually in a good spot here. There we go. I try to go for the pickup sometimes, but it really depends, because I find that sometimes I get my inventory clogged up with the wrong kind of thing going into the endgame. Like, basically, I don't want to have all kinds of tile shuffles stuffing me up if what I actually want is bombs, because then I don't have a good way to clear them out. And that's just from some prior experience with this. if I can go for bombs and sometimes for med packs, I will do it. Especially bombs, because that saves me a lot of money. But yeah, I like the S, I like the bomb when it comes to the pickups. Med packs can be good, but I don't want to be overstuffed with them in the early game, which unfortunately is also when most of the pickups are going to happen. But I generally try not to pick up the shuffle item, because it's just so situational. Right? Like, most of the game is just going to sit there and take up space. But that's a matter of playstyle. I think some players who like to kind of turn over and mulligan the rack quickly would get a lot more out of the reroll item than I would, and it's possible that I'm just kind of missing some advantage with it that other people have explored further than I have. So, I mean, this is such a young game, right? Like, I think we still don't really have a good understanding of the meta in general. And that's just how it's going to go. Let's see. Here. And whoops. Yeah, sure. And here we're just going to be a little bit stuffed up. We'll try to draw something good into that. I will likely have to bomb into this. Yeah, too many eyes. Not great. Don't really want to be spending this much cash this early. We could actually probably overload into this. But I think what I actually want to do is something like this. And then we can dump over here. Oh, we have something so close to a wannabe. Too many N's, not enough A's. But that would have been fancy. And Electro Dude, welcome. I will spend on item slots, but I don't want to overspend because they escalate so quickly. I'll usually try to get up to about 3 or 4. So I have a little bit of a buffer to, you know, drop 2 bombs at once, which I sometimes need to do in order to get an attack down. But it really depends, I think. And whoops, what are we doing over here? Oh, whoops, hang on. Ah, yeah, the clicking bug, unfortunately, where it loses its orientation, has been getting me lately. We can just go like this, and that's going to kill it. This is a situation where the shuffle item would be good, actually, because of the Q, but QA is not too bad. We pick up a T or something into it. I will actually very probably overload out of this one, because we need to get out anyway. But QAT will score me some points, and we can maybe get out of that. Yeah, let's just get into the fire. And then we can get out this way. And I actually do have a shuffle item now. Speaking of which. So Daffman's starting with alternate letters other than A is a premium feature. So this is a free-to-play game, but one of the few things that is a paid feature is the ability to start with any tile you want. It's pretty balanced, though, in terms of the A still feeling like it's not putting you at a disadvantage or anything like that. This is probably not smart, but we'll do it. Oh. Okay. Okay, that's fine. We'll... Oh, get a little bit too slowly there. We can go EFT on the left side. There we go. And let's just get out. I don't have the premium, but that's actually a very good idea that I was considering. I will likely pick it up because, honestly, it's a great game and I'd be happy to support it, but they're still nailing down some things about the free-to-play model while they're effectively in the Season 0 open beta, so I'm kind of in a bit of a wait-and-see to see what else they do with it before I jump in. But I'm very likely to pay into this at some point, possibly even with the Lifetime Pass. Which basically, you know, means you don't need to deal with the microtransactional model. But yeah, I've actually been thinking about doing some, you know, gimmick runs where you start with a queue or something, which I understand some other streamers have been doing. It would be fun. You'd have some games that end up a little bit RNG dependent, obviously, if you try to play like that, but... EX something something? No, not really. Dex does take some stuff at the end, though. It takes a Y. And we can also start building towards the right that way. We can also start building towards the guy on the left. Like with ABA or AMA. Actually, even just go BA like this, and then we can start to think about how to get the kill. Let's stack up a bomb. Okay, he's going to try to escape. We can go tuba into here. And here, and then here. And yeah, it would be a fun spectator experience to be sure, and also a fun kind of self-imposed challenge, because with the sort of lack of any kind of rank matchmaking right now, and they are going to get things like custom lobbies into this very soon, from what I understand. But right now, because you're kind of rolling random matches against the same sort of skill level constantly, there does come a point where, you know, you start wishing to shake things up a little bit when it comes to the actual gameplay. I massively overspent, by the way. This is a bad situation to be in because I spent too much money. However, I am far enough from the other player that I can overload into this and probably get out. Okay. I will not really be able to build enough points, though, to grab some cash, so I actually do need to get out of here as soon as I can. But if I am in this kind of defensive location, and I have a little bit of space away from the other player, it actually does make sense to do tile speed and then overload and clear some space. What I don't want to have happen, so luckily the A is still here as a bit of extra defense, but what I don't want to have happen is for, what am I talking about? Yeah, okay, that's fine. Oh, unfortunately, yeah, this rule here is going to get me into trouble. Let's get some health. Okay, I've got 1 coin from survival bonus, but that's not really going to be enough right now. We need to overload. I probably should have shuffled into that, but the thing is I do need to get out. I'm going to shuffle out of the queue. Hang on. Not dealing with it. Yeah, I'm broke. That's the main issue that we have right now. Okay. There we go. I have money. I have money. That's great. Because something I TAI will do it. There we go. So there are two ways to shuffle the entire rack. First, you can use the shuffle or scramble item, which I've been saying I rarely use. And the second is to overload, which is when you have a full rack, you sacrifice your entire rack to have a bomb for free, basically. So if you are in a fairly well-defended location where nobody's going to touch you, then you can kind of do that safely. The disadvantage is that you do need to build your rack from scratch. So if other people around you are holding letters, they kind of have some initiative on you, and you know you're going to have some trouble getting away. The other thing, of course, is that if you dump all of the letters on your rack by playing them off, then your entire rack refills up to the max, which is how you get the most throughput. Like if you prioritize playing off all your tiles, then you basically generate more letters. So if you think about it in terms of economy, and what RTS players would be calling macro, that's kind of the mindset that you take in with you when you just try to play quickly and generate more letters for yourself. As you score points off of the face value and the bonuses, the only thing they're good for is the levels. The levels get you cash, and that's what won me the game there, was I managed to cross the threshold past level 12. That gave me an extra 3 coins. The extra $3 got me the bomb got me to win, and that's pretty much what I was playing for. I was trying to play enough stuff to just get me over the line. If I overload and play the first letter fast, you get a max refill. Exactly. So Maven's Picks has explained that very well. Because you just kind of use those two rules together. Look at this 2022 New Year's hat. I'm too distracted by the hat. I forgot about the power-up. Let's go for this. Yeah, let's just go here. I will need to wait for some additional tile here because Vs are terrible. But we'll just go Evo, like a fighting game. And we'll, as you can see here, just try to play off, as much as I can. Let's open up a slot first before I do that. Whoops, no, I was going to go in over here. No, that guy was just too fast. HTM. Well, happy 2022 to that guy as well. That was a very fast death. We were edited out of contention. No, I wanted to drop IN over here so I could refresh quickly and kind of go in for the approach, but this person here was a pretty fast player. I also just wasn't too attentive to how quickly he was coming down here, so... Okay, bad start. Let's just reroll. 12th place. That's the worst one today. And that's going to knock me all the way back down just when we were about to cross over 9,000. Let's keep going. So yeah, bad starts like that are going to tank all of my averages. Oh, look at this. Another person with a party hat. This guy's going to try to crowd me over here. We'll do this. We'll score some points. We'll get down to the bomb. Let's see here. Hold on. There we go. And then open up a spot here. Open up another spot for the med pack, nice and early. I should have gone EBB and then followed by Cobb, so that was a bit of a mistake. But that's okay. We'll take a moment here to just buy some upgrades. And and then we'll see if we can draw something good into this. Yeah, it would be nice if they implemented some other dictionaries. I know that's something the developers had said they had considered. Sure. I don't have enough spots to grab this bomb, so let's not do that. We can do this, though. And then... Oh, so close to Realtor, but unfortunately, I'm not within range of dealing with that without a bomb. We'll almost certainly have the bomb out of this. This is aerial, IAL. Is there a good place to do it? Yeah. Now, when you play off your entire rack at once for 6 letters and up, you start getting massive cash and level bonuses. And so that's something that some players like to prioritize as well, because it is something that gives you a pretty huge advantage. Hang on, let's just do this for a moment until we have a good way to get out. E does go above this, by the way, so I am taking a bit of a risk here in that I'm assuming that this person doesn't know the E on top, and I'm not going to get one anyway, so let's just get out of here then if I can. Yeah, let's just go ho-ho. Riot. I'm still in the danger zone. Yeah, let's just get out this way. And still playing a little bit slowly for what I want here. I might want to actually get that S in my rack, but we'll likely just have to play some of this off with a bomb. This is stuff like Rhino, if we want. Don't really like my position here. Let's just get out. I'm a little boxed in right now. I overspent earlier trying to grab the correct consonant. Sorry, I'm a little behind on chat right now, just because I'm trying to read this position. I'm a little bit at risk in the left side. Let's just go over here. No, I'm trying to type here. That's... come on. PFUI is a word. Oh, nope, this guy was just faster. Okay. I got hosed. Kind of got hosed too, but yeah, that was a bit of a tricky situation. We were fairly far down on health, but that was recoverable. It was more that I didn't have a good way to deal with stuff like the V, and so it was a bit of an awkward climb out of that hole. And yeah, Daffmans, as I was saying, when you do spend your entire rack for 6 letters and up, the bonuses are massive, and then that's how people are getting into kind of level 15 and up. We had one game earlier in this stream where I got level 17, which is my new record. Current record on the leaderboard, I think, is level 21, and people really had to go out of their way to get that. Yeah, Daffmans, as far as Dutch goes, I actually have a fairly large viewer base from the Netherlands, mostly from Mario Maker. Like, there's a big Dutch scene in Mario Maker for... Come on. Oh, no, that's me. Okay, I'm on the left. Blue. For whatever reason. Anyway, let's get... hang on. You need to parallel first, then do this, then do this. Okay. Sure, let's go over here. Let's go ahead, and then hopefully we pick something up that will work with the V, which is really a difficult tile to deal with in this game. But we can spend a bomb to grab the other bomb if we really wanted. Also, we can just go ended on this guy here, and then that picks up 2 items right away. Where are we going to go? Is like Roid for steroid good? No, it's not good. There's some stuff like that that I sometimes am not 100% on. So we can also go tended, trio up here, and then yeah, let's just move up towards this other guy. Oh, just keep typing the wrong stuff. My time kind of lines up here with your time right before work. Yeah, I keep trying to move my stream earlier for the North American viewers, and it never works. We can go alone over here to link up, but I don't think I have a good follow-up for that. So let's just go here instead. Sax. Yeah, that could have been something. We could go like studier if we are within bomb range. Oh no, because the... Yeah, unfortunately, the E up here is not within range. I was hoping to do something fancy there. But no such luck. Anyway, let's think of a different plan then. Run. This is going to be something fairly quickly. And then... Yeah, the U here is pretty defensive. Not a lot is going to end with that. I should, of course, take advantage of the fact that I do have the spare S that's available in my inventory. But I think I would rather get out of here for just a moment. I have the S for stern. Oops, that's the wrong button. I didn't want that. But we'll win anyway. I hit the bomb by accident. I was trying to hit the S and I just hit the wrong number. Nope, you cannot be a baiter, much less a master one. We're sitting on a lot of money. Let's get the tile speed up. I've been sitting on 1 the whole time. And let's see what I draw into here, because this might be promising, except I'm not in a good position to be making any big plays. Like, good tiles are coming, but the position is not really good for playing anything big. I will likely actually have to go like this. Fur is going to take the E on the end, also an S on the end. The double I is no good here, though. It's a bit of an irritation. And yeah, Nero, you get the idea. That is pretty much all we will say about that. Antic, Etic, probably a whole bunch of stuff that can go in front. This is going to get a little bit tense, though, because this guy is clearly trying to do something. We can do, like, warn and such over here if we can actually set it up. I don't really have the right tiles to set this up, though. I'm going to grab the S just in case. Let's not accidentally shuffle, because I do not want that. We can also just go site, hang on, or no, soul. Now the thing is, when you start typing, your opponents can see where you're typing. And that's how you know an attack is coming, if they are being slow or if they're testing out various plays. And so you don't want to flag your play too far in advance, because that totally gives away your intention. And generally you want to be playing into a certain element of surprise in this game. I'm going to overload out of this. I don't want to deal with it. And we're also safe from everybody else. I'm not safe from the fire, but I can go for the bomb that is under war, I think. C does not go with any two-letter words here, so we do need to wait for another tile. No, we need to wait for another tile. I might shuffle out of this, actually. No, we'll go sent. There we go. And then we'll just go like that. DOE is going to go with R. DOER. Do we have something that will go with that? Not really. Actually, I don't know if this is in the dictionary. No, it's not. Okay. Because they've taken out some things that are sort of like considered racial, but it was worth trying because I didn't know basically what the rule for this dictionary was going to be. That's okay, we didn't need it. Let's grab another bomb. I need to use a health pack, in fact. Let's do that. And just get out of this. I'm out of money. That's a big problem. That means that we should not spend too aggressively. And you're all screaming near at me. I almost certainly missed something extremely obvious, but that's what happens sometimes when you play this game. Especially on stream. You will miss the most obvious stuff. Hang on. There we go. That's the kill. And yeah, Daftmans, I knew I had to shuffle. I was thinking of holding the shuffle in case I drew into some really bad tiles into that V, but because I had a way of dealing with that V, I decided to hold it for later. The thing is, at that point, I have a few open inventory slots and I'm completely broke. So I want to save the items for emergency purposes where I absolutely cannot do anything else. And if I have some kind of alternative, I'll go for the alternative, because I just don't have cash to buy more items if I blow one on something useless. And thank you for the GG. And yeah, Nero, what you said earlier about bluffing to scare people, that does happen. I don't actually type quickly enough in this game to do that, I think. But I'm attentive to the fact that other people may be doing it to me. Yeah, we'll do a couple more. Like I said, I probably won't stay on quite as late as usual. But we'll see. Now, as far as I know, the bonuses only count once. Anyway, I think there was probably some way to play into that. Let's not think too hard about it right now, though. Whoops, too slow. Too slow. And of course I just barely missed that bomb that's down low. I probably can still go for it somehow. But I don't know if I should bother. Yeah, well, we can bother, maybe. It's a little out of my way, though. I would need to use a bomb to get the bomb, which is okay, because it'll basically be a free bomb to open up my position. We have diamonds over here. I'm going to open up a bit because we have a good rack for a potential big play. And we'll get the tile speed going as well. I would need to bomb into it somehow. Dominies? No. Yeah, this is not quite what I need, unfortunately. So let's just play out of it. I'm low on money right now, so I am saving the bomb for later. Yes, let's just go like this. And then whip. Acquire. Require here would kill me. Or kill my opponent. I kind of want to see if I can... Hey, watch this. Watch this. There we go. I was basically spamming for consonants in case I could get that. I'm kind of impressed it worked. Daftmans, I do play a lot of Scrabble. I am an over-the-board Scrabble tournament player. I'm not as highly rated as some of the other people who stream this game, so Will Anderson, or Wander15, is a former North American champion. Some of the other people on the leaderboards are people who have won championships. I'm not quite on their level when it comes to Scrabble, but I do play enough that I am able to do well in this game. In terms of knowing the short words and not having to guess about which 2- and 3-letter words are correct. Mostly. Most of the time I don't have to guess. This is probably going to be something that I can do going down here. Like seated. Like here, we just bomb. Oh no, SE is not good. Hang on. I was just saying that, I don't have to guess about 2-letter words and then I do something silly like that. Let's do this. Because I will likely draw into something big going this way. No. Because the eye is not cooperative when it comes to that. That's okay. We'll give up on that for a moment. And... But yeah, basically when this game launched, a couple of people in the Scrabble tournament community took notice right away, and it turned out that the developers of this game were actually kind of lurking in the competitive Scrabble discords and channels and such while they were developing this to kind of get a sense of what would play well with that crowd. Oh, come on, miser, there we go. And so yeah, it definitely appeals to the same kind of skill set. Now, can we do something about this guy here? Oh, no, he was faster. Okay. You know what? This guy got me on speed earlier, too. I recognize this HTM because of the 2022 hat. So that's twice now that I've basically died to keyboard speed against this guy. I didn't really have a good follow-up play, though. I was hoping to get out of there with a B and lock this up. But he had a plan with the X, and I didn't, so... And yeah, Monty Canson, it is absolutely the hat. Hope you're all enjoying crashing into the end of 2021. By the way, I guess for most of you at this point, unless anybody here is here on Pacific time. No, even that, actually, everybody's kind of past the dateline into the 31st from Pacific time onwards at this hour, so we're almost out of this one. Oh, I do have 666 kills. I had hardly even noticed. Let's go down here, grab some bombs. Yeah, so Party Hat Guy has been killing me today. Should always look at the ING, but I don't think we have anything particularly good, so let's not think about it too hard. And then we can just go twig into this. Except I didn't really have enough inventory slots to pick that up because I didn't have enough money, so we wasted a little bit there. Hunter is not going to be quite enough here, but let's open up. And then we'll just go down here. Okay, this guy. What do we do? He's kind of running away. And I am also broke when it comes to cash, which is not great. But we'll just build over here and try to deal with it. There we go. Oh, no. Too slow, too slow. I had to play. I just clicked on the wrong square first. I should have gone down here. I clicked here and I was trying to place both tiles and I just lost to that. Because I kind of needed 2 clicks to make that happen. Like C here, S here. Too slow. No. So, kind of crashed out of that one. And look at that, back down below 8,900 again we go. Not really going to crack 9,000 today. And so we're still at 666, unfortunately. Okay, kind of a bad game, but we'll recover. Not really the hours necessarily that are getting to me, but oh, is this HTM again with the 2022 head? I think it is. Let's give him some space. It totally is HTM. I kind of want to approach, but yeah. Okay, let's not get too close there. Yeah, very fast player there. Let's not mess with that just yet until I've built up. So the thing about fast players is that you have to, I think, kind of set up against them from a distance before you let them get to you. Do we have something that we can do down here? I need to open up some inventory. Hang on. Gotta be faster on the keyboard, as usual. And then I'm not really going to be close enough here. But, yeah, no, I died to this guy. I was playing too close. Way too close. I was trying to get a double kill on them both and trying to string them together, but that was just much too ambitious. So, maybe kind of flagging there. That's a couple of bad games we're having. And I think the 2022 hat guy actually got taken out. Because I don't see him on the board. So, oh no, he's still here. Still building pretty quickly, in fact. And yeah, Daftman's, that's something that some of the other players were talking about. That the thing that makes this game work is that even when you lose, you can still have quite a lot of fun with it. Like, it's not like it's a miserable experience to get stomped. Because often, you know, you're kind of going face to face with somebody if one of you is about to kill the other. And very often you feel like you will have a chance. And so it's very well designed for that, I think, because the thing about these kinds of Battle Royale games is that they need a certain amount of player retention to really have a lively scene. Like, you need lots of people who are willing to lose simply because the top players are going to hog most of the wins most of the time. Okay. This guy probably doesn't know Area A, but we'll... Can we go Doom over here? No, this... I don't want to do that if I don't know what I'm going into. Okay, let's go down here. V is, as usual, going to be terrible. And we'll have to go down here. Let's open up some more space in the rack. Is this good? No, it's just with Ethos. And then, yeah, that's right. Then we can go Zins over here. This is a bad idea, actually, because I don't have a follow-up. I probably could have played into that somehow. But that's okay. Let's not stress about that too much. Open up a 7th tile just to see if I can play into this a little bit better. Oh, whoops. No. You can't have the Knights Who Say Knee. Yeah, no, I know that. It's just I am not paying attention. We can probably just go like this. And then probably need to get out of this spot here. However, A is going to go on top of this, and that's important to know. Because we could potentially lose that against a player who knows it. Right now, though, we will probably... Yeah, we can go A, but then I don't have a follow-up to that, really. Unless we have another A. Nope. Yeah, this is... I actually don't know if UTU is good in this dictionary. We'll try it. It is good. You kind of have to juggle a couple of different dictionaries in your head if you're playing this and Scrabble. Merlin, welcome. Merlin, we were just talking about how many viewers came in here from the Netherlands. Yeah. Oh, whoops. Nope. Too slow. Ox does take an O in the back. That's something we need to be aware of. Because you could lose that if you don't know it. Indeed, that is what this guy is going to do. And we'll just get in here and continue. Nero, so the word list is something called WordNick. I don't know if it's very publicly accessible. Like, there's a search feature, but I don't believe that the full list is easy to get except by computational means. But it's called WordNick. If you type in !Babble, I believe I have a link to it. But it's not the one that's used in competitive Scrabble. Competitive Scrabble uses one of two different dictionaries. One that is like a North American one, and one that's sort of an international one that is much bigger. And most of the words that are in the International Scrabble Dictionary, which is called Collins Scrabble Words, is most of that is valid here. So usually if you just kind of guess something that is in Collins, you tend to be okay. Sometimes you're not okay. We have money, let's just shuffle out of this. I'm not dealing with 3 I's and 2 G's. We're not doing that. And I should actually stack up a bomb as well. We actually have a lot of cash. Or did have a lot of cash until just now. Anyway, who we got here? Attila the Pun, great name, and Neither, who actually did take me out earlier, I believe. But we'll likely have to bomb out of this, and I am going to run low on cash if I do that. I don't want to overload because we're just too close to trouble right now. If we get something like an O, we can do arrow and oof. But let's actually open up an additional spot and let's grab a vowel. And it's not going to be an O. Okay. Kind of gambling on that. But we have enough for an additional bomb, so I'll probably just use that instead. A key is good. Let's... Oh, nope. Hang on. Too slow. Oh, no. I spent the bomb, and... Unfortunately, I was too slow on most of these inputs. Yeah. Okay, so now I'm actually in a bit of trouble here, except for the fact that I have 2 med packs and I am well positioned. Let's just get out of here for the moment until I figure out what I'm doing. We could have probably gotten a kill here, actually. But I do want to play extra safe right now. Until we know what the plan is going to be. Now we can probably go URE up top, TEF, TREF, and no, we don't have the E. Okay. Let's just go down here for a moment. We can probably do something up top, but I just don't want to mess with that yet. Ideally, I want to build quickly enough that we can get up to level 12. But that might be kind of a bad idea right now because yeah, that might have been a bad call, actually. Hang on, let's see if we can get out of this. I have med packs, which is why I feel safe doing this. But we're only going to have so many. I do have money now. I do have money. And that was probably not the right play, because the V blocks me off like crazy. If I get like a P, that would be great, because then you could do perv down here, and then that would get me out of some trouble. We can also do this. Oh no, hang on. Didn't understand the rule here. Okay. And then, yeah, now we're going to have an awkward moment where I don't have a bomb. And I don't have a way of killing this guy to my right. And yeah, Merlin, I had a very good Christmas. I hope that was true of you as well. And yeah, Daffman's, the thing is, like I was saying, the word list is accessible for the Scrabble dictionaries. But for the one that's in use here, it's a little bit opaque, because the designers also made some manual adjustments, you know, to take out some things that were considered offensive and so on. Oh, I'm out of money, actually. I'm going to die here because I don't have health packs. I should have paid attention to that, but let's get out. Emergency. Yeah, no, I should have overloaded here much earlier. Hang on, come on. Type. Okay, I nearly actually got that, TOG, but I would have died before this guy down here. Let's pay attention next time. That was actually a safe location to overload, I think. But I just ran out of money, and that was what happened there. It was a bad play with the V. The V blocked myself off. I was kind of desperate to get rid of that, but I should have actually kept it and played off something else. I dodged a kill shot by about 0.1 second. I'll have to go back and look at where that happened, because I did miss it, I think. Okay, we're at about the 3-hour mark in a stream. I usually end sort of between 3 and 4. Let's keep going. I've kind of dipped below 50% a little bit again, and my average placement is starting to take a big hit. It's starting to fall close to 4. So I want to keep some of these stats afloat, because we've had a couple of really bad games this session, unfortunately. Pretty good scoring bonus cluster up here, actually. I didn't have enough money to pick up that item, so that was actually not well planned, but... And I also am typing too slowly. Again. That's okay. We'll hopefully draw something that I can use, which will not be the case. Oh, look, it's CNN. Which is not what I want. Would like some vowels. Let's get the rack speed up a little bit. I would do something like cone, except... Yeah, we'll just take out some of these items since I don't really care for them. We probably could get some kind of kill down here, in fact, but... Okay, we'll take out these two. Just to clear some space. And let's continue. Yeah, let's go something like this. I don't really like those eyes, but we'll hopefully draw into a constant that will allow me to take them out somehow. And yeah, Merlin, have a Happy New Year. lots of ideas for the stream going into the new year, so hopefully we'll be able to show off some of that soon enough. iRid is actually good, IRID. I do need to create some space here, though. And then let's just get out of here for a moment. GAD takes an E before it, so let's just be very careful here. And we've got somebody bombing over here. Yeah, we should get out and hopefully go for that mid-pack. Let's see here. Let's go bomb. And then, yeah, unfortunately, this is a bit risky, but we'll get it. I probably should have lost that. Where are we going now? Yeah, sure, we can open up a spot for bomb again. And then just go up here, too slow, got to K before I could really do much with that. Just given the situation with the V, I likely will... no, let's spend the S. In fact, that's going to take an E on the end. We need to be aware of this. Kaizo, unfortunately, is probably not in the dictionary. We'll have to sit on this for a bit and probably spawn some more. We can actually go biz. And then probably something like that. Had to use 2 bombs for that because I miscalculated, but that happens. I want to say this will be something like a riser. We actually should be able to fit that in fact. Hang on. No, it's not going to fit. No. Razor. Hang on. Nope, too slow. I wanted to go REG, I just typed in the wrong tile. Spending too long trying to find a good play there, and unfortunately, the bomb range was something I didn't perceive very well, but let's keep going. And yeah, Merlin, I hope the Super World has been going well. I know you've been very busy working on that. I got killed by a potato, that's very true. It wasn't the most pleasant thing that has happened to me. Okay, a couple of S's down here. It's a bit crowded down here, though. Let's hop out. Got like nature and all that, but we'll just take that, and then get rid of some of this stuff fairly quickly. Okay, can we do something to... Ugh, this is awful, actually. Let's just overload this. A vow is going to take a vow in front. It's going to take an S on the end. Those are the main threats that we're looking at. Other than that, though, we're probably going to be fine. And then Izar takes a D on the end and it takes an S in front, which is the kind of stuff that is worth knowing. If we get an A or something, we can have like O create. A few too many E's here. Okay, not quite what I want, but we can probably go. Oh, just have to be quick. And yeah, we can probably do something here as well with the H. Now, vid is going to take an E on the N. I want to kind of go D something something T and finish with there, because I think that would be fancy. But I doubt we'll actually be able to do it quite like that. This is a bit of a dangerous position to be in, because I think that I was potentially going to be vulnerable. Anyway, let's open up slots, grab 2 items. I'm a little heavy on health packs right now, but that's okay. It just gives me the flexibility to run around a hot zone later. A little heavy on vowels. Yeah, let's get out. Whoops, no, that's not right. Thinking of something else. QAT is going to be good here. QAT would actually be quite defensive. And then we can do something like this. What should we do now? Let's go dote over here. And I'll catch up in the chat in a little bit, Electrodude and Merlin. I'm a little bit focused on this position right now, so we don't die quite as embarrassingly as we have recently. This is probably not the right idea. That's okay, we'll take it. And I'm kind of locking myself into this position here. Who is this? VSS? I will have to bomb out of this bit here, probably, but that's okay. We'll actually do this. This doesn't take an L, does it? No, I didn't think so. It's PAWL. PAWL. We've got a couple of bombs. We've got a lot of med packs. We can probably start to move towards this guy. If we had a T, I could have done something here. But let's go here. And then like that. And sure, we'll grab a shuffle. And then grab a med pack. I don't need that many med packs, but it does give me the flexibility to move in down here. I actually want to maybe even spend the med packs now to make room for bombs. I don't know if that makes sense. It might make sense, or it might make sense to just open up inventory slots like this. Yeah, because some of these are going to just be expended. I mean, we are going to get into an endgame situation here. It allows me to kind of play from the outside and maybe snipe these guys. Hey, it's HTM again. HTM, our nemesis this stream. One of the few people to give me a lot of trouble. Okay, this guy is going for something. If we have a K, we could go for like Mujik. A would give me Nazi. You're suggesting overload? Nah, not yet. We've got tons of health. I'm going to sit on the health packs for a bit. And hopefully not accidentally use the wrong item, which has occasionally been a problem. We have some money for bombs, but not much. Yeah, let's overload out of this. The rack is not great. And I'll try to build back out to the left. And we'll see what we can do. I was hoping to build to the left, but we'll take it. Not great. Let's think about this here. I'm actually probably going to shuffle out of some of this. But in general, this is not really very good. Okay. Yeah, we're spending all of these health packs, actually. So suddenly I find myself quite broke again. And without a good way to get out of this. Ooh, Q. Yuck. Shuffle. Let's just get out somehow. Just too many U's and all that stuff. I'm going to get into a bit of trouble here. I think I may lose. Health pack. Whoops. Come on. Just clicking in all the wrong places. Come on. Go down. There we go. Okay, rice over here. And lice. There we go. Win. And we got it against the 2022 guy, so. That was maybe a bit close for comfort. I think that there were cleaner ways to close that out, but we'll take it. Pretty good rating gain, too. That guy must be pretty high up in the boards. I don't know if HTM is, like, way up there or something. But it's clearly a decent player. Like, it's not some joker. And, yeah, kind of getting up here on the kill board. There are a few people hacking the top few records, of course, so just don't think too hard about the top few. But, yeah, some of the Scrabble players, like Extra Typo and some other ones, they're actually playing a New Year's Eve Scrabble tournament in Albany, New York, I think. And so some of them are not grinding as hard this week. Bynak has been grinding like crazy. Bynak has been pretty close to #1, I think. I actually still haven't had a game over 8 kills, which is funny because I guess I'm not being too aggressive about it. And this was the main accomplishment today on the stream, was just getting up to 17. over there. Yeah, I think I gained a lot of elo from somebody who was clearly good, because ordinarily I wouldn't be picking up 100 points. And yeah, definitely a lot of good players establishing themselves, though. And like a lot of these guys, if you look at them play on stream, you'll see that their win rates are kind of upwards of 60-70%. I kind of had a slow start in this game because I started playing on the first day of release, and I lost a lot to just learning things on the fly. And yeah, the record today, not great. I kind of fell down a couple of steps here, but let's do one or two more while people are still here. Electrodude, you said the Samuel World just released. Yeah, I had actually missed that. I think maybe Samuel posted it, but I haven't caught up on my messages. And yeah, Physics is a really fast player. He's kind of a blitz specialist when it comes to Scrabble. And also somebody who is solving crosswords half the time on his stream, as you may know if you watch him regularly. And so Physics is very, very good when it comes to speed. And yeah, Nero, there are a couple of numbers on the leaderboard that are obviously just nonsensical or the result of things bugging out. I think that's something they're probably working on sorting out. Just, you know, minor issues that can be fixed. Now that the core game is in place and doing pretty well for itself. This guy is a little bit uncomfortably close. Let's take out the guy over here. Autos... yeah, sure, we can do that. I don't like these eyes all over the place. Sorry, what am I doing? Down here. Let's see if we can get rid of some of this stuff. Get the usual upgrades going. Just gotta hotkey them in. Ugh. Yuck. Actually VIM would do it. Of course, the issue from here is the follow-up. Because we're still not really out of this hole, unfortunately. Especially not with the Q. Let's just overload this one. This guy might come in pretty hot here. We have to watch out, given that I don't have tiles. Just go over here. And then RHO, of course, is going to be potentially good if we find something to play into it. And OHO is also something that could potentially get me out of this, but we'll go over here instead. And yeah, this is a block that not a lot of people are going to get into. ING, if we have some kind of follow-up to it, like the letter A. No, we're not really going to have that. Let me just sit on this for a moment until we figure it out. Let's bomb out of this. Plots. Not. Nip. And then... Era. Oh, nope. Too slow. Era? No, that's going to be not quite what I want. Yeah, too slow in general. Still. Yeah, the Z kind of locks me in a little bit here, actually. That might not have been a good idea. We have a little bit of money, but not as much as I would like. That's okay. Let's just go like this. And then we can kind of go herb out of here. Okay, now we can start moving. I don't have money for a bomb, though, so let's get out of here the hard way. Okay, this guy is going to run away. I'm actually not in a good position here. If I get something to do, like an S over here either way, that would have been great, but too slow, basically. This guy's going to try to wrap around. I recognize this name from earlier, Deer something or other. We want to do D something something S, and I need it to be within bomb range, but I just don't have a bomb, right? So, okay, that's fine, that works. Hang on, this is a bit awkward. I'm just broke. I actually can't do anything here if I'm not overloading, unfortunately. Hang on. Let's just get out. Okay. Bit of a weird position here. I can't believe I survived that. That was right in his face and I had nothing. Merlin, you've got a good friend coming over for New Year's Eve. That's good news. Especially in conditions where people have not really been able to get out much in most countries. It's good that you could arrange that. Okay, this guy is also staring me in the face, so we can probably just do something going here. Except, no, too slow, too slow. That was... Yeah, it took too long trying to set that up. Just staring at the board. While this guy was approaching from the left side, so I got a little bit trapped in there, which is not great. We've had a pretty bad losing slide today, actually, but some of the opponents have been pretty quick. They've been clearly getting better. Yeah, I'd like to finish on a win. I did kind of slide back down a bit today, but because I started with, what, like 151 games today? So I've played about 27. Yeah, I've won much less than usual. Probably only about like 30% of my games today, which is not good. Because usually I pull a lot more than that. This is a great spot, S and the 5 times if we have a consonant that we can land there right away. However, the X is not really going to cooperate quite that well. Double I here is not going to be great either. I actually could have gone Ilex here much earlier. That would have been the right idea. Whoops, oh no, sorry. I totally misread that. SE's no good. I just forgot to set this up first, which is what I was going for. What am I even doing? Yeah, let's... I probably had to bomb my way out of this one. Okay. And then we can just continue, then. I accept I'm too slow. So once again, we'll need to wait for something to get me out. Oh, this guy's coming in hot. Well, let's see. I have an S, actually. That could get me out of trouble here. Except I can't actually continue there. Okay, never mind. Oh, whoops. And then... there we go. Awkward setup there, but... we got it in the end. I don't like these tiles. Let's overload them. And let's start upgrading. I'm going to drop the J. And we can build out back into the main board. Not quite out-eaten, although maybe if we draw the right kind of thing, which we won't, we could do it. If we draw an E, we can do out-eaten, I think. But things will not be that convenient. That's fine. This will take an additional T in the end, of course. Oh, I was going to go bong there. But... okay, that's fine. Had to do a panic move there because we didn't... whoops. Quite manage to do what was intended. Let's move Zig. And then go down here. Okay, what are we doing with this guy here? Let's see. Need some bombs. I'll probably just go Cud. And that was just on the assumption that I would draw a vowel that would get me something. I mean, you know, all the vowels work here, so I just needed to draw a vowel and that would be a kill. So that probably looked risky, but was actually fairly safe. We can just do while here, and no, an I isn't good. Well, hang on, let's just consider this again. Like if we go here, can I get back out of the fire? Not great. Let's... when? That's okay, I've got money. We can probably just get our way out of this, and then nope, hang on. That's okay. It dropped the right thing for me. Once again, I wasn't estimating the bomb range correctly. This was 4 tiles out. The bomb range is 3 tiles, including the sort of knight's move along the diagonal. Let's not get distracted here. Let's back out just a little bit. And what do we have here? Let's... probably have to go left in just a moment, but exactly how that's going to work will take a moment to figure out, I think. Yeah, I would like to drop the Y as soon as I can. I will have the bomb out of it. I do have money, but as we've seen recently, I've been overspending a bit going into the end game, so I don't want to go too aggressive into this. Too slow. The eyes are just coming out in force. So many eyes, wow. Seppo, I wouldn't say we made this a nightmare for normal people. I mean, it's... very few people actually... proportionally from the Scrabble background, like relative to the player base of this game. The bigger thing is that it really changed some of the play style, I think, and that's a sort of valid criticism. And this is going to be really... okay. There we go. We only have one bomb remaining. Now, I actually should have spent that on a shuffle, not on a bomb, I think. Just because of the queue being such a massive problem. The thing is, there aren't actually that many tournament Scrabble players out there. Of course, a whole bunch of them kind of jumped on this game at once, especially everybody who is active on Twitch. But it's basically a pretty small scene. This was a bit of a panic play. There was probably a better way to do that. In fact, you know, you can still go R into something there, and then coin into that if I am able to do so, but we can actually just go SO here, and that will be the win. And yeah, Seppo, the thing that mostly changed when some of the Scrabble players started getting in on this was that some of them started playing to really actively go for kills, you know, like running around the board and trying to snipe people, which changed up the meta quite a bit, because on the first day or so, I remember that everybody was just kind of locking themselves down defensively, and mostly the thing that you'll notice about the people not from a Scrabble background is that there's a lot of uncertainty about which 3 or 2-letter words are valid, and so they will spend a lot of time guessing, and so you'll kind of see them blip on the board all over the place as they guess. I've seen less of that recently from my opponents. I think that the quality of my opponents has noticeably gone up in terms of the people who have stayed in this game, even the people who are not from the Scrabble background. That they're starting to learn the controls better, they type faster, they use bombs more strategically. It's become a more interesting game because the player base has grown with it, I would say. Anyway, thank you for the GGs. I think I'll end on a win today and also end with the MMR finally getting over 9,000. Like I said, we did kind of fall below 50% today, which was unfortunate, but we got some good games in there. Some really close finishes, including the ones where I finished second. A lot of mistakes when it comes to typing and clicking. But yeah, Saint Monday got us in the top 2 earlier. And apart from that, we've encountered some other decent players. But yeah, it's a fair number of these are Scrabble people. Like, yeah, Biggie Mac is a true Babble original, though. Biggie Mac has been kind of all over the Babble scene. Anyway, top 60 MMR, you know, that's going to fluctuate a bit because I sometimes go inactive for a few days to play Mario Maker and other things. But we're doing okay, especially once you eliminate the hackers from the top of the board. And yeah, as you can see, like small fraction of players are hogging most of the wins. It's not necessarily just Scrabble people. Some of them are just Babble players that are getting very quick with the mechanics. Seppo, you might want to check out Words Can Kill. I will look that up, actually, because people who play word games are always on the lookout for more word games. I don't think I know that one, so I will look that up afterwards. Yeah, average placement is thankfully staying a little bit below 4. It did drop quite a bit this stream because I had some really, really bad finishes, like 10th or 12th or whatever. Average level is going up and up. Yeah, some of these guys I didn't even know played, because like Evil Budgie is like a former UK Scrabble champion. I didn't even know he was playing this. Actually, the average level board is mostly just a Scrabble board. I think I know like 90% of the people here. But that kind of reflects the playstyle that the Scrabble people would be going for, playing longer words for the point bonuses. And they wouldn't be thinking as much in terms of defense. And of course, some of the people who were kind of original to Babble, like Moraconda, Biggie Mac, etc., they're getting onto boards as well. They're doing very well. Just from a very good understanding of the game. And so yeah, that's all we will have time for today, and I wish you all a happy new year. I will probably not be streaming New Year's Eve my time, but I am thinking that if I can get it together, we will do Mario Maker viewer levels as we usually do on the Sunday morning stream. Most of you. Late Saturday night, early Sunday morning, so that's the 1st to the 2nd, we will likely do it. If we have some cancellations or rescheduling or whatever, as usual, it will be on the Discord. And Seppo, it only has a demo right now, but yeah, I'll definitely look into Words Can Kill. So, thank you for joining me, everybody from both the Babble side and the Mario Maker side who came in to spectate today and watch me wipe out in embarrassing fashion from time to time. And above all, thanks for watching. Have a happy new year. Hope 2021 in total went well for you. It went okay for me. It was pretty good, actually. We spent a lot of time with you folks here on the stream. And that was great. So, here's to next year, here's to 2022, and until tomorrow, fare thee well.